Hello everyone, my name is Cap and welcome back to the channel and another 7 Days to Die video. Doing all this in Alpha 17.2 on the PC, and we are down here at Poopy Pants Daycare. We are going to be doing another POI versus Blood Moon Horde challenge on day 35. Now the Poopy Pants Daycare is down here in the southeast part of the map. It is right down the street from the Dashang Tower, but here's the coordinates for where this is actually at, and this is on Navezgane. So if you want to come down here and try this out yourself, this is where you need to come. Now I am really going to be curious about this one because it's such a small building compared to the ones we recently did. We did the working stiff tools and we did the gas station. Both of those held up, without any problems at all. This one is a tiny little thing. There's no underground here. There's no even a secret entrance that I could find to get in here. So we're just going to bust through one of the actual windows. Actually, we're going to go in through the back and see how this works out. We've got a nice little playground in the background here, so that's kind of cool. This fence is really not going to stop them too terribly much. Wondered if we can we close this gate? That'd be kind of cool if we could close that gate. Okay, so we're going to go through and just open this door and have a look around inside and see what it looks like. Well, that's pretty cool. Looks like a daycare from the inside here. So like last time, we're not going to do a whole lot of reinforcements in here. We're going to kind of see how this does on its own merit here, but I did want to get inside and see what it looked like. And that door is locked, and that door is locked. Alright, well, let's just unlock them real quick and have a look and see if there's anything in here. I'm not so worried about finding zombies and stuff in here. We're just kind of getting a feel for what it looks like here. Okay, so this is the bathrooms, and they're not specifically covered. So if we were to nerd pull our way up here. Okay, so what do we have up here? We got these little boards we can walk on, which will at least give us an elevated position, but of course it's going to be an easy way for us to fall through and possibly get completely wrecked when the big horde shows up here. Got this nice little shelf up here. So what I may do is just put in some kind of a catwalk system, kind of go around the outside of this place, a place for me to be able to run back and forth in there and light it up a little bit. And maybe just throw a frame or two in the door. Because again, this is kind of along the lines of testing of, hey, you're running for your life. It's the day of the Blood Moon Horde. You don't have a whole lot of time, a whole lot of supplies. What do you do? And can you just, hold up for one night and survive? So let's do a few reinforcements in here, and then we'll get back to it and get ready for the horde. Alright, time for the grand tour. I didn't do too much, but I did do a little bit more upgrades than the default just because this is pretty much just a one-room house here, and I didn't want it to be completely destroyed within the first 30 seconds. So, of course, we barred up the back door, reinforced the front door. I added a frame catwalk all the way around here, and let me fly up here so you can see it. I put frames underneath this part here, so if I'm walking around here, I can run through this little part without falling down. And it kind of goes all the way around right above the front door, so as things are getting terrible in here, I can kind of run around and get a better view of what's going on. See if I can kind of kill them all as they're running around here. I got rid of a lot of the furniture that was sitting down. I just, beat it down until it was gone. So it'd be one less thing for either me to have to trip over and for them to be able to stand on and be able to hit this. So I'm hoping I can be up high enough I can just make them run around in circles. Now this kitchen area, I got rid of a couple of the counter pieces here, make it a little harder for them to get up there and be able to reach them, because I don't want them the first thing to come over here is go, and start hitting that and, knock it all down, and my catwalk has got a little bit harder to traverse. But that's it. Put a few torches up here, upgraded the front two windows here just in case they decide to go towards the front door, since this one is the actual door and that one's blocked up, just to make it slightly harder for them to get in. But that is it. Like I said, I cleaned up the floor here so I got room to run if things go absolutely terrible wrong. I got a bow, I got an AK that's loaded down, and I got my candy cane club here. I can beat the snot right out of them. So we're going to hop up top and get in our position, and we're going to wait for the Blood Moon Horde and see what happens. If we die, no big deal. Alright, it is time for the big show, Day 35 Horde. We are, like I said, in the middle of a town with a whole lot of buildings, so it's going to be real curious. I can already hear them coming in here. I hear a vulture back there. I didn't add an escape route to the roof, which would have been a smart idea, but I guess we'll just see what happens. Again, if we die, this is just for fun. I'm going to run it back over here. Uh-oh. I already hear a cop. That's not going to be good. Well, looks like, okay, so Fatty's going to be the first one in here. Definitely going to have to lead him away here because he will totally wreck everything. So we got a cop first out the gates here. That's not going to be cool. Let's see, where's he at here? Where'd he go? Hey, Sylvia. Oh, nice. Right in the back of the head. All right, there he is. Oh, he's going to start working on that column already. We got to get rid of the cop as best we possibly can here. Getting some frame drops. Whoa, okay, he's going to puke again. I'm just going to run them back and forth. Oh, no. Oh, God. Okay. So, they have, let's see, they opened up the front door. Let's see if we can funnel a few of them through this door here. They didn't waste any time getting inside that door. I'm going to try and get them out of the doorway so I can run back inside and quickly nerd pull my way back in, because this is supposed to test out how good the POI is, not how much I can outrun the hordes here. So far, cardio's working out pretty good. Okay, looks like we got them cleared out of here for the most part. Alright, let's get some nerd pulling up here. Okay, good to go. Alright, and where'd that stupid cop go? Oh, there goes the first column. Okay, we gotta get rid of the cop here. We gotta get rid of the cop because he's the one that's gonna cause all the problems here. Okay, good. We got rid of him before he blew up here. Okay, so we got a couple of them. Hey, girl, you didn't get to jump up here. Hang on, let me give my. Can I get that up? Can I get that? There we go. Now you can't get up here with me. Okay, so without the cop, let's see how well this thing actually holds up here. It looks like since they can't get a direct route to me, there's nothing specific, they're going to go towards the actual structure of the house. So let's assume you didn't screw up like I did and, you know, fall off right away, because it looks like they hit that very first frame I had right over here. Yeah, connecting these two here, and so I just fell down on top of them. But let's see, let's run over here. Let's get a little bit better look and see what they're doing here. So we got a pretty good little house party. So we'll hang out for a little bit and see if they do any kind of damage. That way we're not just going to waste the entire night sitting here watching, because they're going to jump up and down and try and figure out the best way to get to me. But you can see right now they're stacking up on the kitchen like I was kind of wondering if they were going to. Let's see, they're going to beat on the walls, which are they're pretty sturdy. Right at the moment, I'm not too terrible. Hey, there's Sylvia running around with that arrow in her head. They're knocking down some of my torches here, so let's make it a little bit harder for you guys to see. So let me stick a couple more. Put it up a little bit higher. Y'all stop messing up my lighting here. I've got to make it so that the people watching at home can see what's going on. Okay, we'll put you right there. We'll just float that one there. Okay, put you right over there. Okay, let's go around to the front here. We got this tiny little area here. This one's kind of hard to get in. Oh, no, there we go again. Okay, so we can run out this door. See, this is all just my own negligence running around there. Okay, so you are piling in that door. Okay, you knocked down that window, so this structure is definitely taking some damage for sure. Alright, let's see if I can get past you guys and do my nerd pulling again here. Okay, I might just have to stay up here and stop wandering around so much and stop worrying about torches, because I'm gonna get myself killed doing that here. But we're gonna hang out for a little bit and see what actually happens, if they can tear this place down or not. So we'll be right back. Alright, just a little bit after midnight, we've got a couple of radiated people showing up here. See if I can run over here and get a little bit better look for you guys, so you can see what's going on. I'm just kind of running them back and forth, but so far I haven't really had to do anything. We got a couple radiated, not too bad. We haven't seen any radiated cops or anything yet, so that's good. Radiated Joe, maybe. I like that scene, that Sylvia right there with the arrow stuck in her head. There's one. I think that's Mo. I'm not quite sure. We got to be real careful here in case they accidentally start stacking up on top of each other. Oops, I missed. No big deal. But so they're definitely putting some work into the walls. They're going to try and tear down the structure, and that's kind of what this is about. Because I didn't do any reinforcements to the actual structure. I just put a catwalk around the top of here so I could get in and out a little bit easier. So we'll just hang out and see what happens, see if they can do anything. I'm just kind of bebopping around here. Seems like the party's kind of dying a little bit, but we got a couple more hours before daylight, so we'll see what happens. Alright, a quick interesting update, because it's kind of just interesting to me or whatever, is that I don't know exactly which parts they're hitting to cause it specifically, but they're causing the roof to cave in. You can see there's some blocks that have laying on the ground here. I'm just like sitting here watching, and all of a sudden the roof's caving in around me. So I'm going to run over to this side and see if we can kind of spread it out a little bit and see if they'll come over here and do some damage. But other than that, I'm just kind of curious as to if this place is going to survive or not. If they're getting the roof to kind of cave in, get a couple more of these little support columns here, and this whole place could come crashing down, which would be fun to see, of course, but we'll see what happens. Oh, things are happening really badly right now. I think part of this place is caved. Look, see the building's caving in around me here. Look at this. The whole backside is caved in. It is about 2:30 in the morning. I am bleeding, so I may not actually survive this one here. This may be the end of Cat. We're going to try and get to the playground here and see if we can make it before I actually die, and we did not make it. My nice, safe little spot that I had going on top of that little catwalk, they brought down the entire back into the building. That's pretty awesome. So, Poopy Pants Daycare is not the safest place to be during a large horde. But we'll get back in there, get back to our stuff, get kind of cleaned up, and see what all they actually did. Because we still have a little bit of time left before the end of this horde. So, bear with me. Okay, we're back over here. We got all our stuff. We just barely managed to get it. Whatever got us a bandage here, and you can see, oh, we got a buzzard up there. Let's see if I can take out that bad boy with an arrow, because screw those birds. Got one. Oh, nice. Got the other one. Okay. Frames are dropping a little bit, not too terribly bad here, but most of it's just because the building's still trying to recalculate. Let's get inside here and see what's going on. We're just kind of running around for fun now, because we've already died, and the building absolutely did not survive here. But we're... Wow! Oh my god, look at this! Okay, I can't wait to see this during the daylight, but we're just trying to make it through the rest of the horde right at the moment, because, you know, for funsies. Alright, so we did not survive the night, nor did the building. Let's go inside and have a look. We'll go in the front door because it just seems apropos here, but look at this place. Okay, most of the ceiling is gone. We got a little bit over here, the tiny little bit of this catwalk that was here, but this wall didn't have a whole lot here. I spent a lot of time on that end of the building, but they absolutely demolished this thing. Like, the whole wall is gone. Everything that I had built, which really wasn't even much, but the catwalk is gone. This whole half of the building is absolutely gone. This is fantastic. This is kind of results you want to see when you're watching me play the videos. Of course, this doesn't help you guys, because you know now that the Poopy Pants Daycare Center is quite crappy. Pun intended. So I would not make my base here without a whole lot more reinforcements, because just putting up a few frames and boarding up the door is not going to do it. We didn't even have that huge of a horde. At one time I looked, there was like 51 zombies in here. A couple radiated. We got rid of the one cop that had showed in here, but this was just the horde. This was just a normal sized group of Blood Moon Horde zombies. Nothing special, nothing nothing major going on, and they completely wrecked this place. So any other ideas for POIs you want me to try out? Of course, you know, if you'd like to see me die, you can always do small ones here. Little small houses like this I probably wouldn't do because, well, I might if you guys want me to. But anyway, let me know other POIs you want me to do. If you enjoyed the video, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button down below. And if you're new here, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. But thank you guys so much for your time. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later.